भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हरि ओं श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। Okay, do let me know if you can hear me well, and let's start. So yesterday I didn't get chance to speak on Zoom call, so I could manage just a recording. I don't know if someone had a chance to hear to that. This is the last part of the 29th chapter from verse 45. Okay. So this is the chapter where Narad Muni is speaking to Prācīnabarhi, and Prācīnabarhi is asking questions. So let's try to go through those and understand once again. Oh, 45, if I'm not wrong. Hmm. Okay. So let's continue from 42. It is said the greatness of the Lord is not um, so easy. The knowledge about the Lord is not so little. It is unlimited, and because of its unlimitedness, no one can understand the Lord. Uh, Even we do not know or see the Lord perfectly. Na pasyanti, after inquiring about Him, pasyanto api. Even after asking, knowing about the Lord, what little we know is very little. In that regard, it is said the rarity of knowing the Lord is that Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, the Kumaras, many others, and even myself are knowledgeable in Vedas, uh, skillful in at speaking them, Vachaspati, and then powerful by austerities. So education, meditation, all we are all so excellent. Narad Muni is telling, but in spite of that, even if we do know or see the Lord, after inquiring about Him, we know very little about Him. That is the greater. Gnanis do not know the Lord. This is expressed by uh, Kaimutya Nyaya. If we do not know the Lord, then what to speak of others? Mm. And then karmis do not know the Lord. Despite cultivating Vedic knowledge and worshipping the demigods, they cannot understand the Lord. Na viduh param. If Gyanis and Karmis both cannot understand the Lord, who is able to understand the Lord? Is from where we are speaking today. Verse number 46, it is said, a devotee knows the Lord by engaging in devotional service. Atma bhavita. Only when it is not a mechanical means of work, yeah, it is where saying karma, or it is just kind of philosophical knowledge that one acquires can bring an understanding about the Lord. It is only when one takes the position of a bhakta, and that bhava, atma bhavita, only in that state one can understand the Lord, and that is the importance of a devotee. When the Lord shows mercy, anugrahiti, with that mercy, yeah, to him, he gives up all material activities and karma kandi activities. Narad Muni is telling to the king, Prācīnabarhi, is that hey, only devotees are fortunate. Why? Because devotees get the purest form of mercy. What is the purest form of mercy? That brings one's cycle of birth and death to an end. All the mental activities will come to a halt, not even temporarily, forever. It is not like, okay, for a moment I can get a moksha so that I'm suffering, that's gone. No, one is freed from all these things. Whereas the Vedic rituals are never the goal of life. Ma artha drishtim, although they may appear to be legitimate goals. This is very nice. We think, yeah, dharma, yeah, we should follow dharma, artha, of course, we should maintain proper, sound, financial, comfortable situations. Artha, kama, after all, when we earn money, what is the purpose? We don't want to become kripanas. We want to engage that money properly in enjoyment. No. And then after frustration, we come to moksha. No, all these things, yeah, it's not. The Vedic rituals are never the goal of life. Because people usually say the Vedas are telling dharma, artha, kama, moksha. But what is the Vedanta Sutra telling? Athat Brahma Jigyasa means one um, is supposed to have the inquisitiveness to know who we are. That is the first postulate we can say of the Bhakti of the Vedanta Sutras, Athat Brahma Jigyasa, uh, or to understand who we are Anandamaya Bhyasat. Mm. So this is our nature and this is our goal, which means we are not this body. Whereas Vedas are telling how to lead as when you are in this world, how to lead so that you don't incur more sin, regulated way, to can enjoy more. So one is not although the Vedas may be so nice to hear, Vedas can give us all this comfort, Vedas can be pleasing to our ears, but that's not the ultimate goal. Why? Because it said, foolish people do not know this. What is that? They, dhumra diya, dhumra means something covered or foggy, uh, accept the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies as all in all, not knowing that the purpose of Vedas is to understand one's own home, Swalokam, Swam Lokam, where the Lord lives. So, all when we are just understanding more to a very minute detail of the world, what we are living is everything, all in all. We are missing the most important thing. Who has created that every bit of what we are seeing, every bit of what we enjoy, every bit of what we experience, everything is uh, the Lord's creation. And where is the Lord? Uh, what is the spiritual world? Swam Lokam. To understand that, that is, if one is not interested in that, it is said that he is a fool. And Dhumra Diya indicates that they know Swarga but not Vaikunta. Hmm? Then, what is the spiritual activity? This is the question that Prācīnabarhi is asking. Is Narada Muni, and of course, what will a devotee tell? Devotee is telling, pleasing the Lord is the ultimate goal of life. Because of your foolishness, you are proudly sacrificed many animals without knowing the supreme activity, which is to please the Supreme Lord. What is it? Hari Toshanam. Please, pleasing. Toshanam. Uh, um, Toshanam is an ornament, and Tosham means to please. Haritosham is to please the Lord, and that is the ultimate goal. Hmm? And who, how can we please the Lord when we know about Him? And the nature of the Lord is mentioned in the 50th verse to said, to make one's life auspicious, everyone should take shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, who is Deha Britam Atma, the super soul of all embodied beings, yeah, entities, Prakritir Ishvara, the supreme controller or the mother and father of all, and Sharanam, shelter of all. The more and more we are atheistic, the more and more we are proud or arrogant, the more and more we are hypocrites. These things we are not appreciating. Deha Brita Atma. So we don't know that the Lord is inside our heart. We don't accept. First of all, we don't even accept that I am an Atma. Forget about the Paramatma, who is the well-wisher, who is the witness, who is inside this heart, in this body. No, we don't accept. And then Prakriti Ishvara, we think Prakriti is the Ishvara, but not Prakriti Ishvara means the controller of even the Prakriti. Prakriti is considered inferior energy, and Paramatma is considered superior energy. And what about Jivatma? We are Tatastha. We are also, yeah, we are also superior, but we are on the edge. If we accept Krishna as the Supreme Lord, then we are also like the Lord, yeah, not the exact Lord. Or if not, then if we connect ourselves with the matter, then we become inferior. The example is like when a fire spark falls on water, then it loses its power or potency. But when the same fire spark falls on a dry grass, then it sparks the whole thing into fire. So it depends of how one is identifying himself or connecting with the energy. Prācīnabarhi considered in his mind to send his servants to bring his sons. You know, uh, Narad Muni is saying, Savai priyatamas chatma yatho na bhayam anvapi iti veda savai vidvan yo vidvan sa gurur harihi. Because the Lord is the super soul and friend of everyone and who is engaged in devotional service has not the least fear in uh, material existence. Devotee, what is the nature of devotee, or how to know have we advanced in devotion is our confidence in the Lord. The more and more we are confident in the Lord, that Lord is the supreme controller, the Lord is the supreme shelter, the Lord is the what was the other one? Dehavritatma, the super soul of all embodied entities. When we are confident in this, it is not just we are hearing, it is not just we think, it is not we are convinced when these things that Lord is shelter of everything for all, then we become fearless. And such a devotee need not fear anything. And iti Veda Savai Vidwan, one who knows this secret is actually educated. Yo Vidwan Sa Guru Hari. This is very important. When one is having complete conviction that I am completely dependent on the Lord and the Lord is all in all, then such a person can become Guru of the world, non different to Krishna. Hmm. So, and then when Prācīnabarhi, now he's excited. This is the nature. Our nature is also like that. We always want to enjoy life. We always want comfort. We always want that. We always want this. So many things we want. When it comes to Harikatha, okay, Harikatha, today I'm tired. Tomorrow, okay, maybe day after tomorrow, fine. Yeah, we don't have so much interest in Harikatha. Yeah, but when one is having the fortune to hear from this avaroha panta, from the disciplic succession by the strength of the previous acharyas, when one is speaking bhagavatam, then what is happening is the people who hear, they transform. Here we can see Narada Muni, when he was speaking about all this bhakti, signs of bhakti, then Prācīnabarhi, the king, was so excited and he was thinking, oh, let me change immediately. So Prachin Barishad considered in his mind to send his servants to bring his sons, to hand over the kingdom to them and depart to the forest. Huh? There is sense of exciting, yes, I want to do, but he still had a sense of let me first finish my material work. After all, I can't leave it as it is immediately. How can I become full-time devotee? Or how can I know? I have to make my plans that I am safe and secure. Because we still have the faith in our material assets. We have faith so much in our material asset that we think that they can save us rather than Krishna can save us. When we come to the point that, oh, those things are a matter of, we never know, there is no guarantee. Whether one has insurance, assurance, all kind of things, in the end, who is bharosa is Krishna. When one is coming to that stage, then he is ready to give up. But when he is still in the middle, okay, I think something I should do by myself. After all, Lord has given me opportunity, Lord has given facility, Lord has given me all these things. Why don't I make my material things stable? And because of material things, when they are stable, then I will practice bhakti. Huh? Then that's why Narad Muni now tells another story. He understood Prācīnabarhi that, yeah, come on, he's almost ready to accept Bhakti Marga, but he, I think, still hesitant. He's really waiting for his sons to come, and you know what happens when sons comes, their marriages you arrange, and when they're married, then they have children. When the children, no, Narad Muni want to immediately uh, alert the dangers of the world, and he gives a very nice allegory again, and he gives the allegory of a deer. A deer is in a condition of a threat. The situation of a deer is said, a deer is grazing on grass and enjoying with his mate in a garden of flowers that are aromatic. What does that mean? A man is enjoying his household life with his wife, company of his wife, and thinks of sex life. So, while one is meditating on, or while one is contemplating on household enjoyment, sense enjoyment, yeah, what can happen? Will it happen as planned? Can it fulfill every time? It is said here, his ears are attracted to the songs of swarms of bumblebees, this deer, which is like compared to the talks of uh, the little children who can't speak proper words. Oh, the parents feel great, happy. Hey, my child is now so sweet, so is speaking so nicely, and and of course the words of wife are so nice. Yeah, all these things are like, oh, my ears are just for that purpose. Mm. Oh, so this deer is also enjoying what was happening, and then he moves about without considering the hungry tiger in front of him. While we are in our own world of dream, our dream is, yeah, it's a bubble. Yeah, we don't know when this bubble can be blasted without any uh, cushion, without any mm, what do you call this, shock absorbing. Yeah, when someone falls, yeah, there is something, some, okay, uh, a launch, what do you, I don't, there's this shock absorption. When they are not there, we just this bubble blast and we fall flat on the floor. Just like if someone is climbing, this drumstick tree. Yeah, of course, it's very big and tall. Yeah, at our home we had a drumstick tree also. And yeah, how do we plug those drumsticks from the tree? Yeah, not easily. We just climb on it, because though it is so big, the strength of the drumstick branches are not strong. They fall down. So usually there is a saying in my mother tongue. They say, yeah, don't climb a drumstick tree. It's a matter of breaking such a branch of your weight, and then you fall down. And when you fall down, there is no nets. Yeah, just like in circus, when people fall from very high ropes. Yeah, when they are doing all this gymnastics, everything on a very high level, people are seeing, oh, it's great. If they do just at a low height, no one is caring, but it's so high. But what is assurance for them? The assurance is this net in the bottom. Yeah, if that net is broken, or yeah, it's not there, no one dares to do it. And here the condition of the deer is thinking, oh, so nice, my day is so pleasant with all that what I really wanted. But there is a tiger. The tiger is ever there. Enjoying in household life, he forgets the time. There is always this tiger which swallows this deer, which means bringing an end to the enjoyment of deer. Similarly, there is always this time factor. The nature of time itself is devastating everything. Kalosmi. Krishna is saying, and then what is my nature is to take away everything in this material world. He is before him taking away his lifespan. Tiger is dangerous. And what about a hunter? There is a hunter. He is behind him, ready to shoot him with arrows. And who is this hunter? He is the superintendent of death. Yeah, in trying to kill him from behind. So this is what Narad Muni is telling Prācīnabarhi said, hey, you are like this condition of a deer, huh? Desiring heavenly planets, all through to activities, giving up your abominable household life filled with stories of man and woman, and take shelter of Lord through the mercy of liberated Hamsa Sharanam. Take the shelter of a devotee. Narad Muni is saying, hey, come out of the dream, man. This is quite dangerous. Yeah, you may fall any time, and then there is nothing can save you. So rather come down to reality, become humble. Yeah, when I'm telling the tree is a means to increase our pride, and coming down the tree is becoming more humble. And one has to come down the tree and become humble. And how can one become humble? By taking the Hamsa Sharanam, by taking the shelter of a Guru. Hmm. Further, the questions of Prācīnabarhi is asking, oh, my teacher, whatever you told, no other teacher told me like this. All you said is fine. I have heard and considered what you have spoken. It seems my teacher do not know what they have said, what you have said. So I accept you as my guru. He's saying this is something amazing I have not heard, but you have destroyed my doubts. Huh? Transfer of karma to the result of whatever a living entity does in this life are enjoyed in the next life. Huh? This is the question I am asking. How can you say, huh? Did we see the next life or did we see the previous life? But what is the proof of this? Practically, it is seen that the body that performed this work in the last birth is already lost. So the body, whatever is, what is that it is done? Today, if I am eating, who is that I am eating? This body is eating. In the previous life also, it was the body who has eaten and the body is gone. Whatever reaction it has to face has already faced. So how is it possible to enjoy or suffer the reactions of that work in a different body? There should be some via media. I'm just when we identify ourselves with the body, as soon as the body is dead, we think, oh, I am also dead. That is the nature. So Narad Muni is telling, the mind uh, the chip. Yeah, like just like you have copied everything into a, what do you call this, card reader, SD, micro SD, nano SD, whatever the card, that is what you are storing everything. Similarly, the mind is storing everything that is through what is done through this body. The subtle body remains after death. The gross body is forced to act through the subtle body of which the mind is predominated. Lingena manasa. After the gross body is lost, the subtle body is still there to enjoy it or to suffer. So, which means after the gross body is lost, means the Panchabhuta, the body made of Panchabhuta, which is earth, fire, water, ether, air. Yeah, thank you. I remembered all five this time. So these five elements is the one this body is made up of. When this body is perished, what is still there is the subtle body still there to enjoy or suffer. Why? Because the Atma still Anandamaya Bhyasat is always seeking for happiness. Of course, when we are searching happiness at a wrong store, at a wrong place, what we do is we suffer. Though we are searching for happiness, we are suffering. Why? Because the desire is there. So the logic given here is, while dreaming, one gives up the gross body. Uh, at death, one gives up his gross body. Both are same. At dream, through when we are in dream, we don't identify anymore with this real body. It is a subtle body, or um, so we have this sense, oh, I'm not this body, or I have left this, oh, I'm flying like a bird, or or a tiger, like that. Through the subtle body, one acts in another body, either as a dog or a god. Hmm? Similarly, with the subtle body, one enters into another gross body and experiences the results of the actions of one's past life. The example given here, we should remember this. I don't know when it's, which verse is that? The reason for one's suffering is identifying with the gross body. A jiva performs an action. He receives the result of that action in his subtle body. Hmm? Yeah, it is not that, yeah, because come on, if table um is doing something, no, table is not recording anything. Table doesn't has this chip mechanism. It is not having anything, so it won't suffer. Yeah, even if you beat or if you make nice lamina, what do you call it? Laminated doesn't give anything. So the soul, the identifying with his gross body, a jiva, a living entity of soul, is performing action. So activity is done because of through what? Through the body, and the result is filled in into the subtle body. By that action performed with certain identity, he takes birth in another gross body. So this chip is recorded what kind of blueprint. Yeah, this what is happening is all the impressions are giving a blueprint on what basis that he can take a next life. He need to desire whatever he desires is filling into that chip. Whatever he has done, the karma and guna, these are two things due to which he is going to take a next body. Understanding one's actions through the 10 senses reveals one's chitta, consciousness, or mental condition, and because of that, reveal one's position in the previous life. So example, unseen objects in dreams we see sometime, na? Sometime the how. Narad Muni is justifying all this philosophy. He is telling, you know what? One gets dream in which unseen, unheard events are experienced. Something like, hey, I'm falling from a rock, or I'm not this body, I'm looking something strange, yeah, or so many things, yeah, we didn't see in this life. We didn't see all these things in our life. We only have, yeah, experienced some experiences in our dreams. It is said mental impressions are from the previous body. It is not possible for anything to appear in the mind which has not been previously experienced in different bodies. Deha sambhavam. How to understand this is, when I am in Germany, I have seen things how they are happening in Germany. So that when I go to some other country, I am able to relate because I was in Germany. Similarly, this Atma was in different body in previous life, due to which something has happened which has come to us. Yeah, sometimes these, I mean, there are these some research case studies which says that people can relate what was their previous life in some special situations. The studies are there, there are case studies which are booked and spoken about them, which are not uh, mm, stories but facts, proven. So, in this way, the mind indicates one's past and future bodies. The mental composition indicates one's attainment of bodies in accordance with material nature, guna. Yeah, guna is material nature based on his guna, and then because of his karma, what activities he has done. Combination of these both. huh? Dreams are combination of images. The impossible things in dreams that are never experienced or heard of life have actually been experienced in different times, places, and conditions. For example, we may think, hey, there is a golden mountain seen in a dream is due to our having experienced gold and mountain separately. Sometimes we have this concoction of seeing things and then bringing them together. So all these things are possible. And then the mind is the storehouse of all these thoughts, experiences, desires which appear in a particular sequence, krama anurodhena, and in which combination in different combinations. And therefore these images sometimes appear as things never seen or never heard before. So this is a stitching process. When there is a collection of all the photos, if they are not in the right order, they just pop up. Yeah, what is it called? First come, mm, FIFA, right? First in, first out, or last in, first out. No, here is very, very, yeah, whatever may come. Yeah, this is not like, okay, very systematically groomed. All the impressions, it depends on the weightage of an impression. If sometimes we see someone passed away, and when we hear about those stories, and these have a deeper weightage that sits in the mind, uh, which has happened today, and something would have happened yesterday. It's not that the sequence comes what has happened yesterday, what is heavily weighted, that impression comes first. So all these things are there. A devotee avoids transmigration. A devotee absorbed in Krishna consciousness, sattvaika nishthe, can observe the cosmic manifestation uh, as exactly as the Lord does, just like seeing Rahu in the presence of full moon. The example given here is, mm, on this, what is it called, in the case of full moon, we are talking about lunar eclipse. Yeah, we see that, um, just like seeing Rahu in the presence of full moon. When Rahu is there, when full moon is there, still Rahu can swallow, or it is seen swallowing. Similarly, a devotee avoids all this. A devotee absorbed in Krishna consciousness can observe the cosmic manifestation exactly as Lord does. Hmm. And yeah, we are coming closer. I don't know. Yeah, we have some time. The false identification is due to the subtle body. One's false identification, mameti bhava, and the gross body exist as long as the subtle body, mind, intelligence, senses, sense objects, material reactions exist. So we have to understand that this body, what we are seeing in the mirror, is not everything. Inside this body, there is so much which is what we can't see, that is subtle body. Even minute than subtle body or of a different nature of the subtle body is Atma. The subtle body is not destroyed when the senses are inactive. Hmm? when one is in the what do you call supti, yeah, or murcha, in deep sleep or in fainting state or these conditions, na atma is still there, the subtle body is still active. uh, Undeveloped senses hmm, yeah, it is said the form which consists of five pranas, the three gunas, which is furnished with 16 transformations, uh, and which is endowed with consciousness, is called subtle body. What is subtle body? We want to know, right? When we are talking about this Sukshma Sharira. What is the Sukshma Sharira? It is very sensitive to see, which is made of these five pranas. Yeah. So if modern science cannot say where is this life air, yeah, we are talking about apana, yana, samana. Or did I miss one? Apana, vyana, samana, udana. Uh, Yeah, Yana, I think. Yeah. So these are the five, yeah, five life airs which we can't see, but that is what is making us, yeah, the energy that is transmitting within the body is through this. And then the Sukshma Atma is a three gunas is also there, which means our nature is affected by the nature that is prevailing in the world, which is Satvikta, uh, um, then Rajasikta and Tamasikta. These are the three natures which are dominant, and this is affecting the subtle body, and this is composure of subtle body. And then the 16 transformations, which are 10 senses, 5 sense objects, and mind. Uh, what do you call Satvikara? They are these Shodasha Vikara transformations, which are the cause of this body to function. All this is coming under subtle body. By the subtle body, the jiva accepts gross body and gives them up and experiences joy, lamentation, fear, grief, and and happiness. How just like a caterpillar is going from one leaf to the other leaf. How is it going? That slowly it comes to the edge of a leaf and it will slowly get up. I mean, you have seen slowly the front part of this caterpillar is finding a leaf like going, and then for its nature suitable, it will start landing on it. And then slowly it moves on to the other leaf and then completely moves. Similarly, the jiva is moving from one body to the other body. There is a whole process. I am really sorry, I forgot this Upanishad which I have read, which gives a very detailed explanation how the life at the last minute, how is the everything comes to the heart. All this life energy is coming to the heart, from the heart to the head, and from the head to the other body, and on what criteria. Everything is mentioned in Upanishad. And here Narad Muni is giving this example. So, what is the basis for that? The desire for sense enjoyment will cause material activity under ignorance, and material activity under ignorance will cause desire. So, this circle of desire and material enjoyment, yeah, or activity, out of ignorance causes one bondage, sansara. Therefore, worship the Lord. This is the final conclusion. What Narad Muni is telling to Prācīnabarhi is saying, Bhaja Sarvatmana Harim. Sarvatmana Harim is always worship Lord Hari. Therefore, to counteract ignorance, He is the creator, maintainer, destroyer, and controller of the universe. Four qualities: creator, maintainer, destroyer, and controller. Creator, maintainer, destroyer, controller. These are four qualities of everything, and the Lord is, uh, yeah, it is said one who is a supreme enjoyer, one is supreme controller, and one is supreme proprietor. Now, these are the three things. One is called Bhagavan. So, and that's why Narad Muni said Prācīnabarhi everything, and he returned to his Siddha Loka. And then Prācīnabarhi immediately, now come on, what else he wanted? He wanted exactly this clear cut explanation that after all, we don't want to move from leaf to leaf, from body to body, but we want to approach that Lord, to worship Bhaja Sarvatmana Harim. Yeah. So that is the secret of success. And this is what Narad Muni gave, and he left, and Prachina Barishi, him simply left the kingdom. and he attained perfection. Vimukta Sango, he gave up material association. This is very important for our advancement. If we want to progress, we should not be very, what do you call this? Shy, or we should think, hey, what will other people will think if I become devotee? Oh, I have to become, yeah, people may not appreciate. Let me, no, if we are just always doing like this, na, we will not attain. Vimukta Sangha, we have to leave that association of people who think us bad, who does not understand us, that if I become a devotee. Rather, we should have that Sangha who appreciates that, oh, you are a devotee, such a great devotee, let me have your association. Hmm. So, King Prācīnabarhi attained a spiritual position qualitatively equal to that of uh, Samyatama. That is the state, that same quality of the Lord. He could attain, means basically he had self-realization. He understood who he is, and what is his position, and what he is supposed to do. He has to engage in the service of the Lord, and he attained perfection. Thank you very much. But very important of this chapter or all this is to understand what is the phalastuti. After all, that some motivation in addition to what we already have learned is, it is said, salingena vimuchyate bhavanam punanam atma saucham mukta samasta bandha adhigachyati parameshyam स्त्री आश्रम पुंसः चिन्नो अमुत्र च samsayah. It says, what will one get is liberates from one from the subtle body, because we understand I am not this body, I am not this subtle body, I am actually superior to all this. So one gets liberation by knowing all this science, whatever Narad Muni said. And not only that, bhuvanam punanam atma saucham sanctifies the material world, purifies the jiva, heart, and then mukta samasta bandha liberates him from all bondages. Adhigachyati parameshyam. Parameshyam means spiritual world. Hmm. Parameshyam adhigachyati, to elevate to the spiritual world, and then Stri Ashrama Pumsa Chinna reveals him from the bodily conception, and Chinno Amutracha Samshaya. Samshaya means doubts. Chinna Amutra clears his doubts about the next life. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Oh, yeah. Any thoughts or questions? We have finally finished the episode. I think Parth probably were asking, na? So at least, though you have missed initial sessions, I think um, in one way or the other, Narad Muni was repeating for the benefit of Prācīnabarhi and for the benefit of us. And in that way, yeah, he has also concluded with further allegory of a deer, and in this way, given us the important understanding of that we are this body, we are this free from this body. We are not really this body, but Atma. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Any thoughts or questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhu. The description was very, yeah, we find it very mystical that
Yeah.
that we on the daily basis, if we go in the daily life, we never think that yeah, everything is somewhat not what we think.
Yeah, that's why we need to have all the time, just like a piece of iron. If we don't clean it well, it get rusty, and when it get rusty, it's not qualified to be magnetized, right? So that's why Bhagavatam is the process through which we are cleansed. And when we are cleansed, then by rubbing against a magnet, which means by hearing the katha, what happens is we develop these qualities. When we are now thinking about Narad Muni, he is one who against whom we are rubbing ourselves, just like a gold is rub against Chintamani. What do you call this? Not the touchstone. What is this gold rub against a stone which is called? Yeah, to check the quality of the gold, na, you rub against a stone. What is it called? I forgot that. Anyway, so we are also rubbing against the best where Narad Muni instructions is what we are rub against, and then uh, by understanding the secrets of success, yeah, we keep ourselves ever alert.
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay.
Guruji.
Good. Thank you very much. Tomorrow we meet at 7:30. Yeah, in the morning. Yeah, in Bhagavatam session. पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ताय गौर प्रेम। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare